It's going to be quite muggy, and with this heavy air, the ball could stay in the air for a while. 69, but look at the humidity in the low 90s. Padres are 20 and 29, 6.5 back of the Rockies. Nats are 3 back of the Braves. They're 25 and 21. And here is the lineup headed by Travis Jankowski. So he's 8 for 22 his last 6 games, and since his return from the minor leagues, he's had a really good on-base percentage of over .430, drawing some walks, stealing some bags, scoring some runs. Had a good series against the Nats. Eric Hosmer, by the way, the most ABs against Hellickson, 5 for 24 career. So Jeremy, 3 and 4 career and 9 starts against San Diego.
At 31 years old, 6'1", 190, allowed just 1 earned run in 5 innings on the 13th. And the Nats 6-4 win over the D-backs. That's his last start, but you remember the last time he faced the Padres, he took a perfect game into the 6th inning. So we'll see what he's thinking, what they're thinking, what he's going to feature tonight against a team that he handled big time last time out. Went 6 2/3 of 2-hit ball, struck out 8 Padres. That was on the 8th in San Diego.
And Nats are in the midst of winning 2 out of 3 in that series against the Padres. 3 and 1 in the season series now. And Hellickson will be making his 204th career start. So Mark Reynolds, after he went deep a couple of times again last night, 27 times, 2 home runs in his career. He's never had a 3-homer game. Hellickson, 1 earned run in 17 1/3 last 3 times out. And the Padre bullpen, 3rd best in baseball. Best way to take them out of play as far as their back of the bullpen guys is to take care of the early innings, get a lead, and do what the Nats did last night.
Here's your defense, StatCast style. Juan Soto back in left. Michael Taylor cruising to left center right now. Bryce Harper standing still. Wilmer Defoe moving toward the hole. Mark Reynolds kind of cruising around, and Pedro Severino in the squat. There you go.
Hey, 10 runs on 15 hits. Don't change a thing. Same guys are out there except for the pitcher tonight. And here's Travis Jankowski hitting .354 in 20 games. 2 for 9 career against Hellickson. Right on time at 7:15. Here we go. Called the ball by Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire. We're underway. 23rd year in the big leagues for Cooper. Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief, is at first. Corey Blazer at second, and Stu Sherwater, third base. There's a great veteran, Cederstrom. Padres hitting .227, 14th in the league. The unbelievable plummet of the Diamondbacks, hitting .217, the only team worse offensively right now. Arizona's lost 5 in a row, and the Rockies are in first place in the West now by a half game. 1 and 2, outfield to the left.
I was looking at the notes before the game. Travis Jankowski has tied for second for the lowest launch angle on average in the major leagues. He's -1.1. He's hitting .354. I'm just saying, he's hitting it through the infield apparently, and nobody else is.
Well, there are some who believe, and there's a bouncer to Defoe, that the higher the launch angle, the steeper the sinking angle on the batting average. So, you know, look at it any way you want to, but certain hitters have to approach things different ways than other guys do. Eric Hosmer is next. There's Matt Stairs, former Nat. Over 200 home runs in his big league career.
Hosmer is tied for 8th lowest at 1.7 degrees.
Wow.
So he hits a lot of balls on the ground. I thought it was real interesting. He's hitting .267 with 6 home runs. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what it means. Just interesting.
.01 with the target inside. Hosmer got a base hit his last time up last night after going 0 for 3. But he has hit safely 9 of his last 10 games. So 5 career hits, 1 RBI against Hellickson. Two and one. Nats at home, still trying to get back to 500, 11-13. Padres 9-11 on the road. This is our 25th game against the National League West. Amazing. And it's game number 47 on the year. Kind of 48 if you count the suspended game, which has to yet be resolved. So the Braves at Philly tonight. Brandon McCarthy and Vince Velasquez in that game. Caleb Smith for Miami at the Mets with Zach Wheeler. East is all stacked up. 3-1 pitch, and Hosmer will take his 27th walk of the year. 1 on, 1 out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see tonight how long Dave Martinez goes with Jeremy Hellickson. He's had starts of 57, 61, and 61 pitches in 3 of his last 4.
And they've all been good with low hit and low run totals.
Yeah, thanks for adding that. They've been great starts.
You know, you might think, okay, this guy doesn't stick around very long, but it's the manager sort of being nudged toward the mound by analytics to come and get him before he goes that 3rd time around the order.
Well, he went 3 times against the Padres last time, so we'll see. There's the numbers.
And one other factor, FP, I mentioned getting an early lead. Get this guy a 3 or 4 run pad.
Yeah.
Let him pitch all night. So he gets ahead of Jose Perella, who batted cleanup last night, and 3rd in front of Franchi Cordero. They got some lefty bats back in the lineup that were not there against Gio last evening. And the breaking ball smothered by Severino. Dying to pick somebody off this year.
Looking for outs. I like it.
Only difference in the Nats lineup tonight, pitchers batting 9th. Like Gio did last night. Scherzer usually bats 8th. Strasburg will bat 8th here and there. And a 1-1 to the number 3 Padre, and things appear a little tight with Eric Cooper behind the plate so far. 2-1.
Got a little Nelson Cruz in his stance, does Jose Perella.
And Hellickson jamming the right-hander with a fastball. That does not feel good, and you can see Glenn Hoffman, the 3rd base coach, thinking about coming in and try to put things back together here. Let's go inside the numbers. So the Nats starters this season, look at the National League ranks at the top in wins, earned run average, strikeouts, innings, and throwing the most pitches per game. I mean, remember how the great Atlanta staff, those guys used to say, Glavin, Maddox, Smoltz, Steve Avery, Kent Merker, all those guys, the more pitches they threw, the stronger they felt. And they threw a lot on the side, too. Sort of a different era, but not that terribly long ago. So it's 3-2, and Hellickson's been around the box here, missing by small margins. We'll see if Colco and Santangelo channel a double play ball here with 1 on 1 out in the 1st.
Please don't compare that to major leaguers ever again. It's not fair.
You guys were talking a pretty good game out there. Up the middle, but hit too sharply for Defoe. Stopping at 2nd is Hosmer. Maybe 1 glove away from turning a spectacular 4-6-3. 2 on 1 out.
Did you see what the Rays did last weekend past, where they started Sergio Romo in a few games?
Twice, going 2 innings.
I'm just saying, if you have a starting pitcher that's nails like Jeremy Hellickson, and he has trouble getting through the 3rd time through the order historically, who knows this year, would you ever think about maybe starting a reliever or two the first time through the order, and then giving him maybe the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Easy for me to say, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, something to think about. I don't know that I like what the Rays did. I don't know that I hate it either, but it's kind of out of the box thinking.
Yeah, it's way out of the box. Franchy Cordero, the left fielder. And he'll pop it out of play. Yeah, it was interesting to get some pitchers' takes from around baseball. I know MLB Network did a lot of that today. One of the guys they talked to was Jordan Zimmerman, who said this has a lot of ramifications for going down the road. You know, guys trying to get wins, trying to build their resumes, and you know, how does the whole starting pitcher, relief pitcher thing work together? And it's a radical idea, no doubt about it.
The one thing I would say, Carp, is pitchers love the routine. Starting pitchers. We always talk to guys that go from starting to the bullpen, and they're lost. You remember Ross Detweiler really had trouble with it because on his fifth day, you come out at 6:25, you run your sprints, you play long toss, you stretch out, you go through your bullpen, you come into the dugout, you get a glass of Gatorade, you jog out to the mound when you're ready at home, and that's your fifth day. That's your routine. So now you're tinkering with that, and it might not sound like a lot, but it is to starting pitchers if you ask them.
Way outside, 2-1.
How do you do all that? You do it in the tunnel underneath while the game's going on? Where do you get into a routine if your whole life you've been a starting pitcher? I think that part would be the hardest.
Yeah, and then there are certain guys you're just not going to mess with. Scherzer, Strasburg, other aces of that level. You know, and Tanner Roark had to bounce to the bullpen one year, and it didn't go great for him. Not like he was really bad or anything. He just loves starting so much, and he's the ultimate team guy. He went ahead and did that and then came back as a starter. He's been very good.
I just don't think analytics can take into account what it's like running out there with your team to start a ball game and having that routine before the game either.
Yeah. Hey, and there are some pitchers, people come to the ballpark to see them pitch 7 innings. We know that as well as anybody in baseball. So Hellickson working extremely slowly here once Hosmer got aboard. 2 on, 1 out. And a 2-2 to Franchy Cordero. Swing and a miss. 79 on the curve. Gravity took over, 2 outs.
But it's been his best pitch this year. If you remember last time against the Padres, he threw a bunch of really good curveballs, and that's what they were striking out on. Last year he threw it 13% of the time. This year he's thrown it almost 25% of the time. So he's had a lot of success. He's backed off the fastball too. 36% this year, 46% last year. Throwing way more curves. You can see why.
Well, here's Franmil Reyes, the huge rookie, who's 20 at bats into his big league career, and he hit 1 a mile here last night over the scoreboard against Gio in the 4th inning after Jose Perella had walked. There's a good fastball, greatly placed on the inside edge. So as a big leaguer, Reyes is 3 for 20. .6'5", 275. And that's fouled. 0-2 now.
You got Franchy, Franmil, and Raffy in the lineup tonight. I like it. Love the names of the Padres.
And the 0-2. And then, of course, the guy who somehow they got Caesar out of all those letters. Talking with Craig Stammen today, he had a T-shirt on that said SZCZ, the day. So their variation on Seize the Day.
That's clever.
Part of Matt Caesar's last name. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Low and in. It's going to be a long 2 dozen plus pitch first inning for Jeremy Hellickson. Padres throwing a rookie left-hander tonight, 22-year-old Eric Lauer. We'll see him shortly.
Jeremy Hellickson's on the Pedro Baez program right now. He is really slowing it down.
Two balls, two strikes. Trying to put up a 0 the night after the Nats won a blowout game, and now it's gone to 3-2.
Humid night.
Yeah, no trouble getting loose on this evening for pitchers or anybody. Corey Spangenberg is waiting. He'd love to hit. He's got great numbers against Hellickson. And that's on the inside edge, and Spangenberg will have to wait till the second inning as Reyes is called out on the front door. Long inning for Hellickson, a walk, a hit, but he struck out the last two, and there's Uncle Charlie again. Against pitchers this year. When he faces them for the second time, he's hitting .386. Last night, ground ball to short, first time up. Second time, RBI double to right field. After another ground ball later, he decided to pull it for a double. So Trey, part of the thing last night, not to be overlooked, with Turner and Defoe and Bryce and Mark Reynolds and what they did among all the Juan Soto hoopla last night. Bryce continues his good hitting against the Padres. 8 homers, 29 RBIs, including a long ball last night. And FP Eric Lauer's really having a hard time against right-handed batters this year. So we'll see how Bryce and the guys do, but right-handers are just wearing him out at .389. Doesn't throw hard.
That's the highest rank in the NL. .458 on base percentage is also the highest against. He likes to throw the fastball up, I was told, to cut her into right-handers. No decision his last start on the 17th against Pittsburgh. Yeah, you're talking about traits. It's the biggest differential in the first at-bat to the second at-bat in Major League Baseball. That .386 second time up is a +174 on his average.
Wow.
That tells you he's seeing something, and he's got a pretty good game plan second time up.
Correct. So Lauer, 21 innings, 33 hits, 19 earned runs. 22 years of age. He's 1-2 with an 8.14 in 5 starts. from Grafton, Ohio. Padres first rounder, 25th overall player, taken just 2 years ago. And Turner high in the air to left. Franchi Cordero. Harper and Rendon the next two. In fact, he was first drafted, Lauer was, by Toronto. Went on to Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. So only his third professional season. All the Nats seeing him for the first time in person. How good did Bryce look going the other way last night? Pulled a double and then homered to left in the fifth. That was interesting, his hitting pattern last night. Fly ball to left, double to right. Homer to left, line drive out to right. A walk in between there. But Bryce was using the ballpark last night.
Took a right-hand turn out of the parking lot last night, got to the light, took a left-hand turn. He got to another light, took a right-hand turn. It's just one of those nights.
Well, he better do that or else he's going to end up right back here. Seeing that breaking ball well, 2-1.
I mean, to break it down, Garb, he's so quick on the inside pitch, he doesn't even need to think about it. He's got one of the quickest bats in baseball. So if he's thinking left center, and that's where most pitchers pitch him away, he can get to that inside fastball just by dropping his hands.
It's a good fastball.
It's a blessing. A lot of guys have to cheat to the inside fastball to get there. He doesn't have to. He's got so much pop the other way. He's got right-handed pulled pop to left center field. So if he's thinking that way and they try to bust him in, it's just a reaction. He can shoot you out to right too.
2-2. Had him reaching. Short left center. Galvis out. Cordero in. And the ball ricochets, it appears, off Franchi Cordero. Bryson to second, standing up. You know they're playing deep, and Freddie Galvis tried to get out there.
Yeah, I think that's a byproduct of his home run to left last night. I watched Cordero. He didn't move at first. He thought that Bryce hit another one far to left field. Maybe this will show you. He got a bad jump right there, and then a little confusion. I think it hit off his knee and ricocheted all the way behind second base. Where did it get him? It hit him in the glove, and then I think hit him on his kneecap and shot all the way. I didn't see what they gave it, but I think that's a hit.
We shall see. They're going to call it for now a two-base error, E7. Probably the fact that Cordero got there, got his glove on it to a certain extent, responsible for that call. And no matter, the Nats could take the lead here with a base hit. Anthony Rendon finally got a hit in the 8th inning last night. He had walked before that. So he's been on base now 12 out of 13 games since his return.
Yeah, it's a fair score. It's a big leagues. That ball was in the air for a long time. His knee's hurting. Been watching him. He's kind of been rubbing it, looking down at it.
Yeah, I mean, those fly balls have velocity when they're on their way down.
Yeah, a fly ball should never hit you in the knee, just saying.
1-0 to Rendon.
Ground ball, yeah.
Yeah, you're not trying to knock down a fly ball.
Well, you had a lot of traffic and probably not communicating, or couldn't hear Freddie Galvis.
2-0. Outfield, center and right playing the other way. So Anthony has a huge gap in left center. They play him to pull on the infield and the other way, except for the left fielder with the outfielders.
Oh, where'd that come from?
2-1. Bryce a good lead. That'll even things up.
Oh, we got some defensive StatCast. Check it out. Just let it marinate for a second. Rafi Lopez behind the plate. I like how that you can see him moving around.
Wish we would have had that when you were playing. Where is he now?
Yeah.
And that was before shifts. You were all over the place. Pretty good pitch by Lauer. Sneaks it by Anthony Rendon. That's that cutter. We're told he is sneaky fast, and Anthony might agree right now. 2 down.
Some AT&T achieving more with Mark Reynolds. Check that out. Most home runs versus any opponent. He likes the Padres. And that hat in his picture is way too big. I think that might have been superimposed over a Rockies hat.
No, come
and
on. Are you kidding?
Cardinals hat and a Diamondbacks hat.
Orioles.
Hey, whatever it is, keep swinging it.
Six games, he's 8 for 18. Half of his hits homers. 6 RBIs. Target up. And that one is popped over the Nats dugout down the line a bit.
This seems to me that Mark Reynolds has kind of grown into his swing. What does that mean? Well, you know, maybe as a young pitcher, you're out there throwing 96, 97, you don't know where it's going. He used to swing 96, 97, didn't know where it's going. Now he knows that he's a little bit older. He knows what they're doing to him. And even though he's not swinging as hard, he's still got the same amount of pop. And that's kind of the evolution of a hitter, learning your swing. Knowing that you don't have to swing 100% to hit one out.
Gashes that one to the left side. Spangenberg up with it. And by the way, we forgot some other caps for Mark, like the Indians, the Yankees, and Milwaukee. He's been all over the place, and we're glad he's here. Hit the ball hard. Nats strand a runner. No score after 1.
th at noon for brunch on the baselines. That sounds like a blast. That's presented by Budweiser. You can watch the Nats take on the Blue Jays from Canada at 107. There's no exchange rate on the time. It'll still be 107. To get your tickets, visit nationals.com and watch the Nats play the Jays, and have a Budweiser while you're watching.
Top of the second, Corey Spangenberg against Hellickson. And to the left side, the only man there, Rendon, and Anthony, lonely on the shift, takes a base hit away. You remember the last time we went to Toronto, right?
I do. I wonder if Anthony has separation anxiety from Trey when they're that far apart. Nice play on the dive. Yeah, I remember Bryce Harper hit the back of the bullpen with a home run. I remember Tyler Moore had a fantastic series. I remember the Nats swept the Red Sox and the Blue Jays on that series. And I also remember something about a clown question, bro.
Yep. That was the road trip, that's 6 in a row, that propelled the Nats to their first division title.
Yep.
And by the way, on the homestand just before that, Bryce had his first ever career walk-off hit. And on June 5th, the Nats are going to do some flashbacking to that hit and the significance of it in that championship year. We'll look forward to that. 1 ball, 1 strike. But what some people forget is that somebody made a one-handed catch on a foul ball at Fenway Park and then held it up and stood over the entire Fenway Park crowd looking like the Emperor of Rome.
Oh.
And speaking of finding one, Hellickson puts one away like Santangelo did in Boston. You had a little more reaction time than this.
Yeah, that's coming right in to your glove hot. Just put it out there, it'll go in, boom. Snagged it out of the air. Remember, he won a gold glove in 2012 in Tampa, and you're seeing why. Guy can really pick it, former the Rookie of the Year. Nice play. The weird part about that foul ball, I don't think I've ever talked about it on the air, is there was an overhang in Boston where I lost it. It went up and I didn't see it, and I just stuck my hand out. And it hit me right in the hand. And my grandfather, who played baseball, had died that week. And it was like there was an angel there, and it hit my hand and I caught it. And it was just a surreal experience because I didn't even see the baseball the last 10 feet. Fenway Park, it was spooky.
Boy, Bryce had an amazing series that weekend. A lot of good things were happening.
It's a clown question, bro.
1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down, and that ball hit so hard by Rafi Lopez, it's through the shift. So the Padres have hit 3 balls hard here in the second. It's down to the pitcher Eric Lauer, who's a left-handed pitcher batting right-handed, and he does have 2 hits.
Wasn't the question, are you going to celebrate your home run tonight by having a beer because the drinking age is 19 in Canada? And that was the answer to it? I think so.
Yeah, Bryce dropped the clown question answer on him. But it took a whole day for the t-shirts to come out.
Yeah.
And everything. Not that anybody was watching Bryce's every move back then.
Still do.
There's a bouncer to the right side. Nice big hop. Defoe to Reynolds, and Jeremy Hellickson, couple of hits and a walk, but 2 zeros on the board.
Martinez actually happened before the game even started. Soto took 1 round of BP yesterday and hit a bunch of fly balls that didn't leave the ballpark. And after that round of BP, Davey watched his 19-year-old outfielder and saw him make a motion with his hands, kind of telling himself to stay more on top of the ball, not let those fly balls fly off his bat at too high of a launch angle. The next round of BP for Soto, line drives to left center field. Davey told me before the game even started yesterday, he loved that adjustment, that Soto was a knowledgeable enough hitter and mature enough hitter to notice that he made kind of a few incorrect swings there, that he needed to fix them, and then he went about fixing them that very next round of BP. Something he liked even before the home run and all the positive stuff in the game last night, guys.
Yeah, making adjustments in BP, like it. So we'd like you to experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts Glory Ram. So we've got the Dominican connection here with Pedro, Juan, and Wilmer, all from the Dominican Republic. Fantastic.
Well, that video that we saw last night of the Nationals Baseball Academy in Boca Chica and all the kids going nuts was amazing. Might have been my favorite part about last night besides his home run.
Well, they're living vicariously through their buddy right now. We hope, as I said last night, hope we see all those kids in this ballpark someday. So it's 1-1 to start the bottom of the second. Pedro, 29th game. He's had 83 at bats with 21 hits, holding his zone at 253. And a breaking ball that was sitting up. That was actually the cutter.
All right, so we were talking about last night. Here's the home run. And here's the kids with their cell phones at the Nationals Baseball Academy in the Dominican Republic. I think that gave me more goosebumps than the home run. I mean, they're all dreaming to be here. He's practically their age. And he did what he did. That was awesome.
And folks from coast to coast have seen that video now. Two again. Severino takes a fastball in there, and he knew it, walked away. For Lauer, strikeout number 2, and here comes the lefty-lefty matchup.
I mean, here's a swing last night. Why don't you watch the lower half, first of all, and then how long the swing stays in the strike zone, second of all, and just how he has balance throughout his swing. Look at the base, the lower half. The head's perfectly still. Now watch the elbow go toward the ribs. That's the launch angle. The launch angle is created down there by the lower half. The elbow's against his backside, then you get the loft in the swing. And the balance after the swing was just incredible. So like I said in the open, if you missed it, that swing plays at any level.
I was just thinking that looks like a guy who's been in the big leagues for 5 or 10 years taking that swing. 2-0. I think Ray Knight said during Nats Extra pregame tonight that his bat stayed in the hitting zone for about 3 feet. So that's from behind the plate to till in front of the plate. And there's another guy from the Dominican Republic who's made a pretty good living doing that. And that's Albert Pujols, always known for his bat in the zone for a long time. So a little step out after a step off by the pitcher on 3-0.
Green light? No. Yeah. Does he even have his driver's license to have a green light?
Poor pitch walk. And Soto is on base for the 3rd time in his last 5 plate appearances. Wilmer Defoe is next. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. So youngest players to homer in the history of our franchise. We all know about Bryce. Kid Carter way back in '74. Cliff Lloyd and Pepe Mangual back in the early '70s. It's at about 4 years after the Expos were born. Wilmer, right-handed, 9 for 35 this year. He had a big night last night. Batting 7, a couple of singles, a line drive out to the outfield, and Wilmer's hitting .358 his last 19 games. Soto with a good lead. And now it's 0-2. And lest we forget, the guy in the on-deck circle came alive last night as well.
got a better one. Better move to first. He and Joey Lucchese have combined for 5 pickoffs this year. So.
Ooh, there it is. Got him.
Set him up with the C move and went to the A move. They're going to check it. That's a pretty good move, and he's pretty out.
Yeah, Hosmer didn't have to move the glove very far.
Well, the lower half tricked him, and the upper half had a real short arm stroke with a quick release, and that's how that combination is deadly.
Base is empty now, 2 outs, and the 0-2. Just a little up and away. One thing I've noticed about Wilmer this year as he continues to figure it out at the big league level, he's done a great job this year with 2 strikes in extending at bats so that he could eventually get on. Look what he's hitting at home, 381.
They're showing me in the ISO carp the move, and it's close to a bog, if not a bog. Watch this. Kind of a 45-degree line there that looked like it might have been crossed.
Yeah, that looks more toward home, doesn't it?
Sure does. Anyhow.
Well, Gary Cederstrom, guys watching him over there, a 30-year veteran. Defoe takes the curveball upstairs, and now it's 2-2.
Getting carpal tunnel I'm drawing so much tonight. I need to calm down.
Look at this. Really hard, hooked foul, and Defoe having quite an AB here. Forcing Lauer to throw a bunch of pitches. He's had to throw 17 in this inning now, facing only his 3rd hitter.
Just for the record, I thoroughly enjoy watching Wilmer Defoe play baseball every night. Everything about his game. Everything.
So here comes pitch number 8, and you can see what he did with pitch 7. He really hit it hard.
And just this, a perfect example. Fighting. He's scrappy. He has energy. He's an above average plus defender. The tremendous arm. Put him anywhere.
Yeah, he's played the outfield, hasn't he?
And he can hit. Can run.
2-2. This will be close. Hosmer as good as it gets. And he's over to the barrier. Played his first game in this ballpark last night. So Defoe gets 9 pitches. We are scoreless after 2.
thing off. Join us for Seniors Stroll the Bases presented by Kaiser Permanente this Wednesday, May 23rd. So 4:05 start against the Padres. Fans 60 and over can enjoy a post-game stroll around the pillows. For tickets and information, visit nationals.com. I think that's one of the coolest things we do.
Top of the third, top of the order, Travis Jankowski. And Hellickson, 37th pitch, strike number 21. To Hopper, backhand side. Reynolds and Hellickson just beating the speedy Jankowski to the bag.
A good job of getting over there. We talk about the negative launch angle. Maybe Jankowski's speed has something to do with the 354 average. We knew he could run, but right here he shows you he can really run. Jeremy doing a nice job of just beating him to the base. Good hustle. Smelling the hit, trying to beat the pitcher to the base, and he just beat him.
You can tell what a smooth fielder Hellickson is. No panic, smooth to the bag, got the ball, no big deal. Kind of all in one motion. Here's a guy who can play some first base, Eric Hosmer. Walked his first time. Guess the big question is, with Will Myers hurt, he's been out for a while with an arm problem. Who's going to protect Eric Hosmer in this lineup? Christian Villanueva's hit some home runs, hitting behind him. And against a right-handed starter, he's not in the lineup tonight. Young manager Andy Green watching his guys. But the Padres are hoping, and there's a ball drilled up the middle. Wow, Trey Turner. They're hoping that the Hosmer signing in San Diego has the same effect the Jason Worth signing had here with the Nats. 2 down.
Well, that's fine, but you need to sign a Max Scherzer and draft a Bryce Harper if that's going to work.
And already have a Strasburg type guy on the team.
Yeah.
Steven showed up 1 year before Jason.
My point is you're going to have to spend some money too besides just Eric Hosmer if you want to win. And I still, for the life of me, don't understand why guys don't want to play in San Diego. And maybe it's just a money thing. I have no idea. Great ballpark, great city.
Jose Perella base hit up the middle first time. One of 2 San Diego hits, and those are the only hits in the game so far. So Perella now 1 for 3 career against Hellickson. Hot shot, and Trey Turner catching line drives all over the place. So we go bottom 3. Taylor, Hellickson, and that guy. Harper reaching on an error. And for every Nats walk this year, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield gives $50 to support the boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. So this year, 188 walks, $9,400. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Care First wants you to go for a walk. Taylor, 2 hits last night. Michael laid that line drive triple in front of the right fielder Reyes in the 6th inning last night, drove in a run, and then later, 1 inning later, hit one of the hardest balls he's hit all year on a laser of a single to left. That one got Michael in the foot, it appeared. Look who's in the dugout a day after surgery. Smiling, of course. Great teammate.
You're gonna miss watching him play this year.
Swing and a miss, 91 tailing away from Taylor. 3rd strikeout for Eric Lauer. Nats still hunting that first base hit with the pitcher coming up.
I feel one coming. I do.
One for 12 with an RBI and a sacrifice. Hellickson, a 158 career hitter with 14 batted in. Got under it. Freddie Galvis telling the left fielder Cordero he had it, but then he got called off. 2 outs.
Are those really big raindrops by shortstop?
They left some splash marks, didn't they?
I mean, it rained hard here today. There's some big drop marks around shortstop. It looked like Ghostbusters here for a while.
I think they're the infield version of crop formations from outer space.
Could be.
So
the clouds that rolled through here today were trippy. Yeah, crop circles. I'm with you.
I mean, we got a right fielder who didn't grow up that far from Area 51, that far away.
It's true.
So Trey, what does he do second time around? Gets a hit a lot of times in these situations, but it's 0-2. Fly ball to left first time. And by the way, the Nats first time through the order go 0 for 8 with a walk to Soto.
We're not starting this walk business with Soto too now, are we?
They just don't want to pitch to that kid.
Please tell me that's not going to happen.
Got to pitch to somebody.
Yeah.
Turner, there he is, second time up. It's unbelievable. Give him one look at a pitcher, and then the next time they can't get him out. And finally, what we've been waiting for.
There goes a no-hitter. Tried to backdoor the cutter. He stayed on it nice. So first time up for Trey. He fills up the computer with a lot of information. Second time up, he's got a really good game plan, and that's why you see a hit a lot of times the second time, and he will be leaving for second base soon.
Love to see that. He's 13 for 14.
You'd think.
5 steals behind Ender Inciarte of Atlanta for the league lead.
Let's go balk patrol here. I wonder if Tim Bogar has filled Gary Cederstrom's head with, hey, watch out for the balk. You can do that as a first base coach.
Yeah. And now you have the added element that Lauer better not let his concentration waver on the hitter. Shift on. Galvis halfway between second and third.
Yeah.
Well, he almost got another one. That was quick.
It's the release, but the lower half is the tricky part. In the release, how quick and short it is the part that gets you out. Look at that, boom, just right from his armpit, and it's firm and on the money.
Dan, get him. Tell him, no photo. I get a day off, hit me.
I'll give you a good look at the move.
Yeah, Trey has a lean going, but not much of a big lead. Bryce is going to rifle one right through the shift. So Harper now 3 hits and a walk in this series, which is 1 game and 3 innings old.
It looked like a cut fastball again from Lauer, and Bryce just stayed on it nice. Good balance after the swing, beat the shift. Starting to heat up.
Rendon struck out swinging first time up. Softest, slowest pitch of the night from the lefty, a curveball at 72.
He only throws it 6% of the time, so you don't see many of those. Stole a strike.
Oh, 2 now, good rip. Told you about the right-handed splits coming in. First time around, he got Turner, he got Rendon, got Reynolds, Severino, got Defoe and Taylor. And Rendon, he took him off the plate away, and Anthony couldn't reach it. Nats get a couple of hits in strand 2 to the middle innings. No score. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Beautiful night. Look at that sunset. And Old Glory waving beautifully on this breezy evening. We go top 4. Hellickson, 43 pitches, 25 strikes. Inside, evidently, to Franchi Cordero. Two and one. So a righty-lefty matchup here. And Rendon alone on the left side. And this ball is hammered to right center. Bryce Harper barely moved. And look where that thing ends up. 1-0 Padres on Franchi Cordero's 7th of the year.
Guy's got tremendous pop. In San Diego, he put on some kind of display every day in BP. He was hitting him onto that grassy knoll in right center field on a hop. 449 feet from Franchi Cordero. So this guy reminds me of a young Cliff Floyd with his swing and his body type. And he's got some tremendous pop in that bat.
Then he jams the next hitter, Reyes. Big power guy. And Michael A. Taylor, knowing how big and strong he is, not able to get to the one that falls right in front of him.
Well, he took 2 steps back, stopped, squatted for a second, and then came in. Maybe the same kind of thing that happened with Franchi Cordero and Bryce Harper. Watch Michael A. not get a real good read on this, and that's odd for him. You see big guys with pop and they take big swings, your brain's telling you that ball's hit hard, and you'll see that happen a lot. Usually don't see it with Michael A.
So 1 on, nobody out. Corey Spangenberg robbed of a hit by Rendon first time out. Anthony was alone on the left side. This time with a runner aboard, Trey Turner joins him to the left of second base. And it goes right to Trey. He can step to the bag and turn a 6-3 double play. Or if some of you prefer, 6-6-3.
No. There's not 2 shortstops. It's 6-3.
I'm with you.
Taylor made. Right up the middle. Spangenberg could run a little bit. Trey had to scoot to the bag and let it rip just to get him.
So the base is empty. 2 outs, and Freddie Galvis, who lined one into the glove of Hellickson first time up. Good changeup, outside edge. And that ball hit hard to the gap. Harper over. Bryce a good read, gliding to the ball. And the Cordero homer puts the Padres on top in the 4th. 4-5-6 for the Nats. Abe, Teddy, and Tom all racing. George claps his hand. Teddy collapses. Abe dances. Don't know where Tom went. You are getting sleepy. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save.
It's National Vanilla Pudding Day. It's National Buy a Musical Instrument Day.
Ooh.
National Solitaire Day if you have no friends that want to play cards. Not National Cotton Candy Day, but I'd take
every day's cotton candy day. Okay, so nothing about hypnosis, huh? Maybe Tom was running out to buy a violin. Reynolds, Severino, Soto, bottom of the fourth. Couldn't stop, and it's 0-2. Pretty good mixing things up job here by Eric Lauer so far. 3 innings. Taking him a few pitches to get through those frames. 56. But he's only given up 2 singles. Nats seeing him for the second time around. And Reynolds will hack the 0-2 pitch out to left center. Cordero cuts it off. So 3 of the last 4 hitters have singled now. And that second time around thing may be coming true here.
Yeah, they did it last night. Look at him tomahawk that ball. He's getting on top.
Big league hitters, man. He had that young rookie look in his eye like, how did that happen? I thought I put that fastball way up there. Here's Severino. And he hits a long ball to left. High in the air, to the track, at the wall, caught by Cordero. Right next to the 336 mark.
Just off the end, it sounded like. But you're still wondering on a warm night with the flag gently blowing out to left if that had enough to ride out of here.
Yeah, Pedro's still looking for that first homer this year. He has a couple of big league homers. Speaking of homers, Ozzie Albies, his 14th, 1-0 Braves at Philadelphia. That ties him with Bryce for the league lead in home runs. And the Marlins have 3 runs at New York against Zach Wheeler early. Juan Soto, a walk first time. 2-0. So his big league on base percentage is .500.
You think about it, where the Nats minor league teams are, there's probably not any Padres minor league teams this far east. So the scouting on Juan Soto by the Padres, I don't know that they've ever seen him before. So here we go.
2 4-pitch walks. Come on, the guy's 19. Let him hit.
Let Juan play.
How about that? Evidently, they had another hitters meeting today in terms of talking about the other team's hitters. And he became the centerpiece. And Wilmer Depot says, okay.
I mean, there's scouts everywhere, but my point is, if you're, say, the Padres, I don't know, playing the Dodgers, well, all of your minor league teams are probably the California League on the West Coast. So you just say, yeah, we saw this guy. You call your AA coach, you call your A-ball manager, and you say, what do you got on Juan Soto? But when you have a West Coast team where all their minor league teams are probably West, they've probably never seen Juan Soto play before.
Yeah, I think it's a valid point. And, you know, a week or two, they'll have a pretty good book on him as far as what he does. Of course, the Nats and the Padres will be done with each other after tomorrow. Already done with the Dodgers and now the Padres from the West, and it's May. That ball slams off the stone behind home plate. And 0-2, and the Nats are done with Arizona as well.
The Padres AA is in San Antonio. Their AAA is in El Paso. Their A ball is in Lake Elsinore, so there's no way on a kid that played a handful of games in AA and A ball that they've seen him play.
Oh, 2 with 1 out. Time given by Eric Cooper, evidently requested by Defoe. Nats down by a run. They've been out hit 4-3, but all the hits have been recently here for the last 6 on base. And Defoe on the off speed couldn't make contact. 2 down. Strikeout number 5 for Eric Lauer.
All right, Friday, June 8th, Ryan Zimmerman bobblehead night. He approves. You see him shaking his head. That's presented by Delta Airlines. First 25,000 fans pick up the third of 5 bobbleheads this year. Giants will be in town. 7:05 start. Visit nationals.com.
Please come back soon, Ryan.
He's running the bases today.
That's great. So here's Taylor, pitcher on deck. Michael A struck out against Lauer first time. We got him 0-2, threw him a high fastball just to show him one, and then got him. That was leading off the third. So how much will he even get to hit here ahead of the pitcher?
I think Michael A did a nice job of bringing the Padres into the strike zone last night so he could do some damage. But right now the book on Michael is you don't really have to throw him strikes. He'll chase high, he'll chase away. So until he locks that strike zone in and starts doing damage, the league is going to try to expand the zone on him until he shows him that he's going to start swinging at strikes consistently. That's when he'll do the damage too.
One and two now.
Pointed at Rafi Lopez. Did you see Eric Cooper? The reason they do that is they want you to know that your catcher called timeout, not the hitter late, because sometimes it'll tick a pitcher off if a hitter calls it late, and then you avoid the whole throw one in the middle of his back thing. It's like it was his fault. He called it. We're good.
1-2. And that's the pitch Michael has to lay off, as you mentioned. So now it's 2-2. Big gap left center. Swing and a miss on a pitch up. Taylor down on strikes twice. 6 on the night for Eric Lauer, protecting a 1-0 lead through 4. All right, to the fifth we go. 1-0 Padres. Jeremy Hellickson wrapping up his second time around the order here with 8-9. That's Lopez and Lauer, and then the leadoff guy, Jankowski. And very brisk the last 3 innings. Fewer pitches than the first combined.
We would think, based on his last start against San Diego, they're not going to wait around for that curveball with 2 strikes.
Lopez base hit through the shift right side first time.
Hit some balls hard tonight. Freddie Galvis has no luck. He hit the ball hard twice. Eric Hosmer hit a ball hard. Pirela hit a ball hard.
Yeah, Rafi Lopez had a design on his 3rd homer of the year on that swing. 30-year-old catcher, parts of 3 years with the Cubs, Reds, and Blue Jays before the Padres got him to the big leagues this year after signing him to a free agent deal back in November. He's from Philadelphia. And Hellickson took a little bit off and had him out ahead. Wilmer Defoe for the first out, 5th inning. We will see Tyson Ross tomorrow, but the Nats have not officially announced who's pitching tomorrow.
There's some Eric Fetty rumors.
Because it's his day.
Seeing online.
Yeah.
Nothing confirmed.
And the fastball right over the outside edge. Another heater. And he had Eric Lauer, who bounced out to second first time up, late on that one. Swing and a miss on the curveball. So there's the second time through. Hellickson with his 3rd K of the night. 2 outs, bases empty for Jankowski. Nissan pitch cast.
Got the good hook working again tonight. Struck out Franmil Reyes with the curveball, and now Eric Lauer with the same pitch.
And working ahead and working quickly and getting quick outs here now over the last 3 2/3.
See if he goes with the curveball again here.
Wow, look at the sinking action on that changeup. 1, 2, 3, 2 Ks. Another quick inning for Hellickson, leading off bottom of the 5th after a really nice top of the frame, and then Turner and Harper after it.
From last night's ball game, Tim Collins appeared in his first major league game in 4 years, and one of the hitters that he faced last night was a teammate of his for 4 years with the Royals, Eric Hosmer, who told me today that he's extremely happy for his old buddy. And what really made things set in for Hosmer last night was that the last MLB footage that the Padres had of Collins for hitters to study before the game yesterday was back in the 2014 World Series. That was the last time Collins was on a big league mound. Hosmer told me that feels like forever ago to him, so he can't imagine how long the road back felt like for Collins. Hosmer saying Collins' velocity last night was right back where it was, but beyond that, he was just really happy to see his old buddy back up on a big league mound again after 2 Tommy Johns and all he's been through.
Yeah, and Dan, all he did was get a hit against him, a base hit with 2 outs. Other than that, Tim worked a wonderful 8th inning last night. So fantastic to see him back on the hill. Hellickson to Jankowski, bottom of the 5th underway. So here go the Nats 3rd time around, Turner and then Harper.
The second time you get there as a player, you just appreciate things more. And when you work as hard as he did and went through what he did to get back, I mean, there's nothing like getting called up the first time. That is the best ever, and he even said as much in the newspaper. But when you've had 2 Tommy John surgeries, you work your tail off to get back here, it's got to be, I mean, maybe some things you might have taken for granted the first time, little things. Second time around, you appreciate more.
Good for him. And the Nats needed another lefty. Davey Martinez saying again today they've got to give Sammy Solis a blow here and there. And Tim Collins, hey, he could stick around for quite a while. Gives the Nats a whole lot better balance in that bullpen, especially with Ryan Madsen out. Because Kinsler really, if you look at the track record, and there's Ian next to Sean Doolittle and Sammy, Kinsler's the one guy that's kind of a back of the bullpen guy from the right side. Right now, nobody else has grabbed that role. Turner to right. It's going to back up Reyes some. He gathers it in for the 2nd out.
All right, this is seriously a good deal. Nats Pass, you can attend Nationals game whenever you want for just $65 per month. So check out who's coming. The Rays, the Giants, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Phillies. So Nats Pass is available exclusively through MLB Ballpark app. Download that today and start enjoying unlimited Nats baseball. Boy, if I lived in Navy Yard and I could walk to the ballpark every day, that would have to be a must.
Yeah. Bryce Harper launches one to center. Jankowski back. See you later. That's real close to where Bryce hit his first career homer against the Padres back in 2012. And number 15 for him ties the game.
.433, almost 110 miles an hour. Home run number 15 for Bryce Harper, and a hug from Davey Martinez. They got a nice little thing going after a Bryce Harper tater. That was over the infield.
Fourth hit of this series and 2 home runs.
Hug from the big fella at the end. He's eating up.
So a little while ago I told you that Ozzie Albies had just tied Bryce for the league lead, and he says, "It's mine now." That's number 15. Some 2-out lightning, and here's Rendon. Lauer has struck Anthony out twice. Done it by getting ahead and then throwing the ball off the plate, and here it is again, 0-2. And Rendon gets jammed into a pop-up for Hosmer right side. So the Padres have a homer from Franchi Cordero, and the Nats have one from Bryce Harper. In 2012 against Tim Stauffer of the Padres, he went to the batter's eye. 6 years later, to the batter's eye. 1-1 after 5.
Or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
And Bryce with home run number 15, excuse me, a big bomb to center field. And that was $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this season. That's sponsored by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Impressive blow that was. Hosmer a walk and a grounder. Boy, he hit it hard last time and put Trey Turner on his knees for a drive into the shift right side. So here we go. This is Jeremy Hellickson, third time around the batting order in a tie game. There is activity in the Nationals bullpen. There's Wander Suero. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curve diving big time. Strikeout number 5, and that's 3 in a row.
All right, check out some Fios by Verizon Expo and Bryce's tater. Look how he keeps that front side closed right under his chin and just unwinds on the baseball. And we hit some, they stay hit. Look at the chin on the shoulder, the hands locked and loaded, the balance after the swing.
Wow.
The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com. I like your call on his first tater. That was, I don't know, within 5 feet of where it landed, at least in my memory.
Yeah. Seems to offer a righty, but Bryce got him. That was right after the Nats came home from that West Coast trip.
I saw somewhere on Twitter last night when they had Soto's swing and Bryce's swing side by side in their first homers. It's pretty cool.
So Bryce hit that first homer just a little more than 2 weeks after he got called up. It was May 14th when the Padres were here. A third inning solo shot. And he has visited every quadrant of this ballpark since.
I found it.
165 career homers for Bryce now. It's like, wait a minute, I'm hearing myself. What's going on up here?
I found Bryce's first home run and Soto side by side.
Okay.
It landed a little lower than his one just now, but it was close.
Padres box scored their big blow, the leadoff homer, Franchy Cordero, fourth inning. A couple of singles before then from Perella in the first, Lopez in the second. Reyes hit after the homer, but a Spangenberg double play engineered by Trey Turner took care of that. Here's a 2-2 pitch with one out, and that's ball three. Yeah, Bryce hit that first homer May 14th, and by the All-Star game July 7th, he was the youngest ever position player on the All-Star team. That ball jacked to left. A couple of hops to the wall by Perella, who lined out hard to Turner last time and singled before that. So let's see what Davey Martinez has in mind here, because Franchy Cordero, a lefty, is next with a lot of pop that we saw last time.
He's got the Nelson Cruz stance. That one probably lower than he would have liked to hit it, but it came off his bat firm. And now Jeremy's got a battle.
Cordero struck out swinging first inning and just launched one to straightaway right field second time up. Not enough daylight, so no throw. Turner keeping Perella as close to second as he can. And the off speed sends Severino sliding.
Pedro going to go out here and say, what do you want to do to Cordero? Do we really want to go after him here? We got a base. He's looking in the dugout, and that could be a stall piece for Davey Martinez to make a change. Or does he have a blister on his finger? He might have a blister.
Yeah, here comes Paul Lassard with Davey.
Throw a lot of curveballs, grabbing that seam.
He's done. So he'll be out on a 1-0 count to Franchy Cordero. Hellickson 5 1/3. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. 75 pitches, 46 strikes, for Hellickson. Suero on the way.
His first home run, you're going to see it. So Jimmy John's delivery of the game is Bryce Harper's first hater. Bob made a great call. He said his current one landed almost in the same spot. Check it out. It's close. Real close. Maybe what, 10 feet to the right?
A little more hang time on this one.
They're both free games in miniature golf, but I thought it was cool to see Bryce back in 2012 right there. Thanks, guys.
Well done.
Different stance, huh? He's standing more straight up. Not crouched as much.
So here's Wander Suero, who did appear against some of the Padres in that series out in San Diego. Franchi Cordero, not one of them. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whatever the count, well, the count was 1-0. And no matter what happens here, what happens with this batter is charged to Suero. So Hellickson, 5 1/3, 5 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts. Gave up a homer, got a double play ball. 2-1 to Cordero here, and that's way inside. Man, that is a live cutter that he throws.
But you got to throw it in the zone.
Yeah.
At least start it in the zone, make it look like a strike.
7th appearance, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 1/3 so far. That's a good one. And the tip makes it 3-2. Swing and a miss. And look at Severino, where he ends up catching that cutter. A swing and a miss, and the catcher diving for the ball. Strikeout number 1 for Suero. That was a little wild.
But watch where it starts. Right there, it's a strike. So you're committing to it early, and then Cordero can't get to it. And Pedro did a nice job catching it.
Franmil Reyes is next.
The skipper liked it.
He really likes Pedro Severino behind the plate. And the pitchers are getting better and better with him all the time. There's a strike call.
Heard somebody chirping that's down. I think it was the big right-handed hitter with all the home runs in the Padres dugout, Mark McGuire.
Oh and 1. Here's a little bit more of a subtle cutter. Two and 1. That ball hit hard up the middle. Perella around third. Taylor's throw home on target. Safe is the call from Eric Cooper. Tremendous throw by Taylor. And for now, the Padres lead 2-1.
Well, Pedro Severino is pointing to his manager to check it. He thinks he was out. I couldn't tell. Great throw by Michael A. Taylor. The ball was hit so hard, even though Perella can run, it was close at home.
Nats are going to challenge.
Okay. You can see Chip Hale's reaction, and you read his lips. He goes, they said it's close, so we'll see together here. And he's meaning by the crew in the clubhouse. Oh, I don't know. Might have to slow that one down a little bit. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Maybe he got him on the hip before his foot hit. Is it overwhelming evidence? Right there. I can't tell if his foot's on the plate. Tough call for Eric Cooper. I mean, you got to cut him slack on that. If you're Glenn Hoffman, you got to send him at third. Hung on to the baseball, too. How huge was that? Can't tell there. Did his foot ever hit home? I've been looking for the tag. I haven't been watching his feet. Has his feet hit home? Foot hit home?
So it's Eric Cooper who made the call, and the crew chief, Gary Cedarstrom.
Yeah, his back foot slid across the plate. What do you got here? Slow it down. Slow. Right there. He's out.
Runner is out. Taylor runs in from center after one of the great throws of his big league career, preserving the 1-1 tie. It's 8-2 at the plate after Reyes base hit, and this one goes bottom six. How's that for a dramatic call?
Did anything wrong in this play? You had to send the runner, but watch Michael A. Taylor as we go with the Fios by Verizon Exmo. Charged it hard, ball hit hard, and he just let it rip. Tremendous play here on the backside by Pedro Severino with the catch of the ball, the tag, and hanging onto the baseball. So many amazing things going on right there. And that's how quick the game moves at the highest level. You don't see plays like that in the minor leagues. That was boom, the ball was hit, boom, it was fielded, and it came right back where it started, all in about 3 seconds, maybe, for an out at the plate. That was exciting.
Impressive to say the least. And Reynolds, Severino, Soto. So Hellickson off the hook for that possible run there. And Reynolds robbed by Spangenberg. And as he popped up to throw, it came right out of his glove.
That's a hit.
Yeah, if a guy's got to dive for a ball like that, you cannot call that a routine play.
It's another hit for Mark Reynolds. Stay hot, Mark Reynolds. Don't change a thing. Keep driving the same way to the ballpark. Eating the same lunch before the game. Driving the same way home. I mean, you think about it, I don't know the exact velocity, but that pitch was thrown at about 91 miles an hour. It was probably hit over 100. It came back at 98 miles an hour from Michael A. Taylor. So you're talking the ball left the pitcher's hand at 90 plus. It left at 100 plus. It came back at 98 miles an hour. That's how fast this game moves. We'll show you the StatCast. 98.8 miles an hour on the throw from Michael Taylor. Maybe we'll get you the hit speed and the pitch speed too, but we're talking everything around 100 miles an hour there. The pitch, the hit, and the throw. Unbelievable.
I did a little counting in my head, and I had that just under 7 seconds for that whole thing to happen. You're right about the speed at this level. That's amazing. And by the way, that is a hit. They rule.
I mean, we watch it all on TV together. We watch it in X mode together as you look at the box score. But when you play this game at the highest level, it looks easy on TV is my point. It looks easy when you're sitting in the stands. But if you start to let that wrap around your head for a second on 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, and 100 miles an hour, it moves pretty darn quick. And it takes a special person to be able to play this game.
Well, a pitcher has to throw it through the eye of a needle, and Michael A. Taylor had to put it tremendously on target to even have a chance there. And he got it there on a fly. So Reynolds 2 for 3. He's only 10 for 21 as a Nat now. Unbelievable hitting by this guy. Pedro Severino almost got one to the left field wall last time up. Cordero caught it up against the barrier in the corner.
Yeah, give the boys in the clubhouse checking the replay out some props too for seeing that real quick. They get about 10 seconds to make that decision.
And a bouncer to the left side, could be 2. Perella. 5-4-3 around the horn go the Padres for their 41st double play. Bases empty, 2 outs.
Well, like you see with every double play, they're checking out the replay to see if he was out. Nats fans, check out the brand new Deals Hub on Nationals.com, your one-stop shop for special offers. Save on your Nets trip to Nats Park with discounted game tickets, concession items, and more. Visit Nationals.com to start saving right now.
We will play on Soto, the hitter. Juan has been walked twice tonight.
Let Juan play. Okay.
And they dropped the curveball in. One, bottom of the 6th. He rips another hit. On base 3 times tonight. And now as a big league hitter, he's 3 for 6.
I think it was a cutter. He just stayed on it. So first pitch curveball. He stayed on the fastball. Didn't change his game plan to the curve. And look at the swing again. Barrel to baseball. 101 mile an hour single. 3 for 6.
And once again, Ryan Zimmerman says it's not that easy.
Not that easy.
Here's Defoe. He's had Soto on ahead of him 3 times now. So the double play looms large for the Padres.
So the first strike he saw, he took, and the second one he saw, he hit to right for a knock.
And by the way, this is now Lauer's longest outing of the year in terms of innings. He had gone 5. 2 starts in a row at the Giants and home against the Dodgers. Last time out, 88 pitches in just 4 2/3. Got a no decision eventually against the Pirates. It's where San Diego was playing before they came here. 2-1. There's our old friend Craig Stammen. Signed a 2-year contract with the Padres before this season.
I think that play was one of my favorite plays in a long time. Michael throwing him out. You just don't throw people out from center field, and you especially don't do it against guys that have speed like Pirela.
Yeah. One of their quickest guys. To the Defoe now. You always get to bat 5th after you make a play like that.
Yeah.
We hope he bats 5th in the inning as Defoe tries to keep it alive here. Swing and a miss, and Lauer's gotten him tonight with off-speed stuff on 2 strike counts. So the Nats get a couple of hits. They've stranded 6. We go to the 7th. And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. What a night. Big storm blew through here between 5 and 6:30 this evening, and it's been fantastic ever since. 1-1 ball game, top 7, and here's Spangenberg against Wander Suero, ball 1. Rendon shallow at 3rd. Robbed of a hit by Rendon on the shift, and then a 6-3 double play ball off the bat of the left-handed 3rd baseman. There's that ball cutting inside, 2-0. Three times on the ground and 3 times retired. That was Turner on the shift. 1 out, 7th inning. Freddie Galvis, 2 line drives tonight, nothing to show.
That would have been such a base hit in the old days. Hit hard right up the middle. Second baseman would have took a step and dove. Not anymore.
Hitting coach Giving him a fist pump. Freddie's lined out to the pitcher and lined out to right, and nobody's moving a muscle. 1-1. Freddie Galvis skies one to right. Price going to have to move it all. 2 outs. MLB.TV gives you every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, on the go. So your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium. You can watch live baseball on your favorite devices. Blackout, other restrictions apply. For details, MLB.TV. Good looking cutter. Forcing the foul ball straight to the right from Rafi Lopez, who's 1 for 2. Strike 2.
Well, Andy Green's not happy with that call. He's yelling, "We're not getting that at all." I could hear him.
Right from behind where Matt Caesar standing on deck. And the 0-2. So Nissan on the pitch cast. Yeah, pitch number 2, not that bad. And the 1-2 count now. Well, Davey got 7 out of Gio last night, 5 1/3 out of Hellickson tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 call on a pitch up in the zone. And tonight Martinez getting good bullpen work again. With help from Michael A. Taylor, Wander Suero has come in and registered 5 outs. Time to stretch. Tie game. We've seen a couple of homers. We've seen a spectacular throw from Michael A. Taylor. Hellickson solid again. The guy never seems to have a bad outing. And now Wander Suero showing us something coming out of the bullpen.
I'll tell you what, I was looking, Jeremy Hellickson has had 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 2 earned runs, no earned runs, 1 more here tonight. I mean, he is, you talk about 5th starters in Major League Baseball. He would be a 2nd or 3rd starter on a lot of teams and maybe even an ace on some teams. So, I mean, the pitching depth that the Nationals have right now with their starting rotation is just scary. And what a great sign by Mike Rizzo and this organization to get Jeremy Hellickson.
Yeah, Mike Rizzo has a way of doing these things. Hellickson, you know, Mark Reynolds. I mean, he finds guys that are out there, and they come to this ball club. And I kind of think, FP, this team is to the point now where some players come to the Nats and they become better players. Remember when that used to happen with the Braves all the time? Guys come here and then they seem to kind of elevate their performances.
Well, I think as a player, you step up your game on a good team, number one, but all of a sudden, if you're on a bad team, it's about you and your stats and your numbers. But when you're on a good team, it's about just worrying about doing something to help your club win a ball game. So it almost becomes simpler as a baseball player to play on a winning team than it is on a losing team, because, you know, on a losing team, you have a tendency to be selfish. You want to make your money. You want to get your numbers and your contract. But on a winning team, it's all you're thinking about is winning.
Craig Stammen, 21st game, great ERA. That ground ball percentage is a big thing for him, 52%. Craig, a master of getting the double play when he needs it. So Eric Lauer gave them 6 really good innings tonight. And Craig is very happy, very comfortable at this stage of his career. Not that he's going to get comfy and not keep trying to get better, but a lot of guys at the age of 34 have a hard time getting a multi-year deal after some health problems. He didn't pitch at all in 16. And so for the Padres, 60 games last year and 21 this year. Taylor trying to beat out a bunt, and that's an excellent play by Corey Spangenberg.
A pretty good idea by Michael Taylor. Maybe if he got it more toward the line, it would have taken Spangenberg's momentum toward foul territory. Then you get a weaker throw and you could beat it out, but a good idea nonetheless.
Well, some power stepping in here late in the game, and that's Matt Adams. Matt Adams, 0 for 2 career against Craig Stammen. And there's his forte, that sinking fastball. So Wander Suero gets an inning and 2/3, and the Nats hit for him.
Oh, don't forget this guy in the conversation as you look at Brandon Kinsler getting loose.
Yeah.
Signing Matt Adams too.
And the 0-2, and Matt just able to get the end of the barrel on it. Oh, he's going to get him inside edge. Some elevation to that fastball, and it froze Matt Adams.
Everything away from Stammen to Adams, and then he goes front hip sinker. Watch, he starts it off the plate, runs it back, and Matt gave up on it just because look at the sequence. 1, 2, and 3 were off the plate away. Changed location, busted him in, couldn't swing.
That's a big out for the Padres as they get rid of that left-handed bat for the rest of the night. Here's Trey Turner, 0 for 1 against Craig Stammen. And then he throws him that slider. And Turner charges one out to center. Playing deep to begin with. Jankowski pulls it in about 8 feet in front of that 402 mark. To the 8th, it's still 1-1. Time to act then today. PNC make today the day. Keeping an eye on the young man from tiny Leedy, Oklahoma, 23-year-old Drew Ward. And for the Senators up in Harrisburg, 11 hits, last 10 games, some walks, a little bit of power, some runs, and a 3rd-round pick in 2013. That's organization full of young guys doing great things right now at all levels. So here's Brandon Kinsler for the top of the 8th, the 33-year-old right-hander, 23rd timeout for the Nats. And the numbers getting better all the time.
Where's Leedy, Oklahoma is what I want to know.
Well, I could look it up exactly where it is, but it's really small.
It's in Oklahoma?
It is.
I thought you being from Oklahoma, you'd know where.
I've never been to Leedy. I'd have to look it up. I mean, once you get past Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Bartlesville. Oh, yeah, and Muskogee. Not too many big towns.
Bartles and Jamesville.
The longtime home of Phillips Petroleum. So this is Christian Villanueva. So he's got some right-handed pop off the bench. He started the ball game last night. Oh yeah, it should. Yeah, it's out by Elk City.
Yeah, of course, Elk City. But it's by Custer City and Hammond, is what I was going to say.
There's Kirby Yates. For the bottom of the 8th, their closer, as we mentioned yesterday, lefty Brad Hand, who has 14 saves. And Villanueva trying to bloop one right side, but it's foul. Run down, little basket catch by Mark Reynolds. Feeling very much at home in Nationals Park right now.
Nice play. We've seen the other guy make that play a lot, Ryan Zimmerman, but watch Mark Reynolds. He knows he's got lots of room over there. Little fade pattern, looking like a wide receiver on the run, cradling it, bringing it in, getting 2 feet in bounds. Nicely done.
Here's Jankowski.
Might have been saying no catch or something about center field. I know Ryan was yelling out at him.
Look at the run back on the fastball. Eric Cooper thought about it for 1 second and then raised the right arm.
Little swinker, a swinging sinker.
Wow. Dare I call that Maddox-like?
Sure.
0-2. And a drive up the middle on the 0-2 pitch. Jankowski got to it. He's a running threat, and he's aboard with 1 out here in the 8th. He is 7 for 7 stealing. So it's Kinsler and Hosmer here. Oh for 2 is Eric against Brandon Kinsler. Runner on the move. Look at that throw. Right on the bag from Severino. You talk about up the middle defense tonight with arms of Taylor and Severino. 2 down.
This team is so athletic up the middle when you have Pedro Severino, Trey Turner, Wilmer Defoe, and Michael A. Taylor. Watch the footwork here. Gets up, gets rid of it quick with something on it. And Trey didn't even really have to make a tag. Just a perfect throw by Pedro Severino on a tough pitch. But the pitch down and in kind of closes you up as a catcher. It keeps your front side closed. It actually allows you to get more on the throw because he had the reach across his body.
So now it's Hosmer, 2 outs, bases empty, shift on, and the 0-1 pitch. And Kinsler real close to running that one back.
Yeah, as you said, Jankowski was 7 for 7. It's the first time he's been caught this year.
Severino, catchers caught stealing, 6 of 19 this year. He's actually gunned down 8 base runners, and a 1-1 now with 2 outs and a foul by Eric Hosmer. Chopper, right side. It's by Kinsler. Reynolds to the bag. Close. Out. Inning over. Bullpen shining brightly tonight. We're going bottom 8. Harper, Rendon, Reynolds. Don't go anywhere. This could get interesting.
1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Franchi, Brycey, and Jeremy all having a good game. It's time for our Ford drive of the game. We're going back to the 5th inning. Check out the front side close by Bryce Harper. The second view we're going to show you, the ball, it almost knocks him backwards. He hit it so hard. Look at, stepped almost out of the back of the batter's box. So 433 feet, 110 miles an hour. My goodness. 30 local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, SUVs, Bryce Harper taters, and right here it's either, I mean, if he stands there, it's leadoff man on in a tie game. I don't think they're going to give him anything to hit right here. We'll see.
We will tell you he's 1-for-1 career against Kirby Yates with a home run and 2 RBIs. So here he is. 31-year-old righty, born in Hawaii, originally drafted by the Red Sox. Went to college in Arizona. And he's making his 19th appearance for the Padres. 61 games for them last year. He's a former Ray and a former Yankee. First pitch, up and away, ball 1.
I just don't think he sees anything here. He's got to be ready for something. But if you're the Padres, would you rather have leadoff man on in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th or one in the seats? I mean, we'll see.
Bryce did not get a fastball.
Took a chance. It was a ball. I like the gamble. He could have stood there and just taken it. We've seen him do that before, but he's feeling good. He wanted to run into one and put his ball club ahead. Pretty good pitch by Yates, too.
That's a heater, well off the plate, mid-90s, ball 3.
Still haven't thrown him a strike. Did he take a chance here again like he did 2-0, try to run into one? We'll see.
Rendon 0 for 3 against Yates. Right in there.
Thought he was going to get the same pitch he got 2-0. I was thinking with him too. Shook from a changeup to a fastball in.
Better get it in. Bryce having a good series. 4 hits, 2 home runs. Three-2 again. And a check swing. Ball falls right into the dirt. Bryce digging hard, and he made it close. Thrown out by Lopez. Next up, Rendon looking for his first base hit.
They had just enough run back where he was in between. He was worried if he takes it at strike 3. Started his swing, and then he realized it's not coming back as much as I thought it was, and he tried to stop his swing with the front hip sinker. He's like, that's coming back, that's coming back. It's not coming back, and by then he was already committed.
The doctor. There's a base hit to left. Anthony Rendon's turning into the late night guy as far as ABs. Last night, first hit, 8th inning. Tonight, first hit, 8th inning. Mark Reynolds is next. And he's already had a 2-hit night.
Short swing. Sometimes he makes it look easier than everybody.
Reynolds 0 for 2 career against Yates.
This is where if you're Mark, you're a veteran guy, you know you're probably not going to get anything to pull. You've hit the ball hard to the left side all night. You got pull side pop. He's also got oppo pop. But the old adage is make him beat you to the big part of the ballpark definitely applies here to a guy that's very dangerous.
Using that splitter a couple of times to get back in the count here. Nats have beaten the Padres 3 out of 4 this season. Trying to grab this one tonight, win a series, and set up a nice getaway day tomorrow before a long trip to Miami, Baltimore, and Atlanta.
That's where you got to look for a splitter in the dirt if you're Anthony Rendon at first.
1-2 pitch.
Doesn't he just feel dangerous to you watching him swing him?
Yeah.
You can feel it watching him.
Yeah, it really took him a long time to get his timing, didn't it? Outfield straightaway. Jankowski, couple of steps toward left center as Mark fights one off the label. Battling here on 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. It's a nasty splitter. 2 down. Severino is next. Don't forget about Saturday and the bobblehead down at Potomac. It's the Trey Turner Roadrunner bobblehead, courtesy of Cowles Parkway Ford. Fireworks after the game, and the bobbleheads for the first 1,250 fans. Give them a call. Log on, PotomacNationals.com.
Did I get banned from that one? I haven't read it since the night I couldn't get through it. I was laughing so hard. I feel like I've been on double secret probation on the P-Nats promo.
I don't know who the promo police are. They're very anonymous, but I just know when they handed it to me, I'm going to read it. And on the grounder by Severino, Freddie Galvis, a smooth play. This 1-1 game, on probation or not, into the ninth. The DMV area Volkswagen dealers who bring you the Smile at Spring sales event. By Ocean City, Maryland. No end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. And by LG OLED TV with AI Thin Q. Now that's some serious elevation at the top of that wheel. Right down there at National Harbor. Beautiful night along the Potomac, and pretty nice on the banks of the beautiful Anacostia as well. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Sean hadn't pitched in 5 days when he had 3 consecutive hits against him. In the nightcap Saturday, he came back to get the next 3 hitters. So he got some game action on that night, and he's ready to roll here. That was a 24 pitch appearance Saturday in his first blown save of the year.
They use your closer at home in the 9th inning of a tie game because there's no save opportunity anymore.
First up, Perella. Strike 1. Jose Perella faces Sean for the first time. Franchi Cordero next. And then Franmil Reyes, 3 hitters who have not stepped in against Doolittle before. Up and in.
It was odd, his last outing, what he said in his locker after the game, how he, to Matt Kemp, had a location and a sign in his mind, and he started his delivery and looked up, and Spencer Kieboom was in a different spot. And he kind of on the fly had to change the location that he had in his mind. And he said he messed it up. It wasn't Spencer's fault, but it was just a misunderstanding of where the pitch was supposed to be.
Yeah, Sean said as a result he didn't feel committed to the pitch. And the pinch hitter Kemp turned it around for a 2-run shot. Wow, what a swing by Perella. Trying to hit one up half street. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's had a good night. Single up the middle, line drive to short, and then a line drive double. He was the man out at home on the brilliant throw by Michael A. Taylor. It's the reason this game's still tied. If they're ahead, Brad Hand. If it's still tied, most likely Matt Strom. Swing and a miss on 94, moving away.
44 for 94. That's a donation the Toyota dealers are making to help children and their families. Children's in at NIH for every strikeout by Nats pitcher this season. $44 right there.
Cha-ching.
Strike them out.
Here's Franchi Cordero.
Hughes leading off the bottom of the 9th.
Some teenager.
Wouldn't that be something if you can keep it 1-1 right here? Stay tuned.
Looking around the ballpark and still seeing a whole lot more people than he's used to.
Putting his glove on, hopefully.
Oh, that ball's hit hard. If it stays fair, the Padres have the lead, and a hook's foul on a long one by Cordero, who homered to right back in the 4th.
Yeah, you could see Frenchie's swing plane is for the low pitch. I'd be shocked if this one wasn't around the San Diego on his jersey. He's got a natural uppercut.
Oh, he goes in the dirt, down and away. Severino blocks. Then he took 2 or 3 steps out to create a throwing lane. 2 down on 2 strikeouts.
A rare slider from Sean Doolittle. So you hit a fastball far, what do you get? A slider in the dirt. And Frenchie was committed to swinging that pitch no matter where it was.
And that young man is a very good receiver. Severino. Now it's Franmil Reyes, who has singled twice. Once off Hellickson, one off Suero. And Doolittle in the strike zone.
'96.
$25,700 paid. Good place to show him a fastball. It was unreachable. Well, we talked about the Potomac, the Anacostia, and welcome to Powder River from Dr. Doolittle in the 9th. So we go bottom 9 tie game, and Juan Soto. He's walked twice. He's singled tonight. So the second start of his big league career has been productive after the amazing feat of last night.
Ball game. In case you haven't seen it, maybe you live under a rock in a cave, maybe you don't have television, you're at your buddy's house right now. This is what happened in his first pitch of his first major league start. And he lit up the crowd, the dugouts, Twitter. He did a hair flip when he got back to the dugout, which didn't work, but we thought it was hilarious once his helmet was taken off. So, and it was off a lefty.
Who's in the game right now in the person of Matt Strom. Spangenberg shallow at third. Outfield a bit to the left. Fastball right side. Bottom of the 9th underway.
And a fastball, slider, curveball change for Strom. Fastball averaging 93.
Nowhere near.
He's so geared up to hit, and he just took 2 pitches that I thought he was going to swing at.
What does that tell you?
Got great knowledge of the strike zone.
Mike Rizzo said that's why he called him up. Ball 3.
Sometimes the amplification of the situation in your brain causes the knowledge of the strike zone to diminish.
You know, that's a very scientific way of what you used to say, which was a nervous bat is a swinging bat.
Yep.
4-pitch walk for the 3rd time tonight. And a single in there as well. He's been on base all evening. A lot of walk-off rallies start with a leadoff base on balls. Now you got Wilmer Defoe coming in, batting right-hander who can handle the bat. Spangenberg's already 15 feet closer to home than the line is between 2nd and 3rd.
I don't know if he's for sure 100% button here. Yeah, I didn't think he was. I say if Michael A. Taylor was a little hotter, maybe.
And then the pitcher spot after him.
They might have gave him 1 chance to wail and bunt now, but he's still in the back of the box. I think he'd be scooting up if he was bunting. We'll see. Maybe they'll throw over to first to see.
Defoe 0 for 1 against Strom. Now Spangenberg will back up. He's looking into the dugout as he strolls to see where they're going to stop him. He's just beyond that baseline now and getting considerably deeper for range. Defoe just reaches out and bumps it foul. Way inside, real near Wilmer's back foot, and quite a stop by Rafi Lopez. (1-1), bottom 9, each team with 7 hits. Defoe left side. Spangenberg drops it. And he still has time to get Defoe at first. He's thinking 2, and he almost got no one.
Definitely hit hard enough for a double play if he fields it cleanly, but Wilmer hit it hard. Thought Wilmer might beat it. Spangenberg stayed with it. No panic. Well, he kind of panicked, but he found the ball quick, came up and got him. That's a bad hop. Bare hand, get rid of it. Nice job of sticking with the play by the Padres' 3rd baseman. Always field it with your bare hand once you miss it. It's a lot quicker. A strong throw to save the day.
So the Nats have 2 shots to win it with Taylor and Sanchez, who just stepped out on deck. Michael A. 0 for 3. 0 for 1 against Strom.
Likes to swing early in these situations.
So they're crazy if they throw him a fastball in the zone, huh? It's upstairs. Ball 2. Here's Adrian Sanchez, who stepped out on deck as soon as Taylor went to the batter's box. Michael A had a couple of hits last night. Drove in his 10th run of the year. And a situation here that could be a huge confidence boost for him. 2-0 pitch. Cooper, the home plate umpire, after a little hesitation. Strike one call.
Well, he's been hearing it from the Padres dugout about low strikes all night. This one looked way low.
Time given. Perella staying as close to the bag as he can for Soto without giving up too much range. Trying to keep Juan from getting a huge lead here. On a pitch upstairs, it's 2-2. So Sanchez waiting, a base open. Soto at second. Tie game. Two and Taylor, fly ball, heading foul. Can anybody reach it? Eric Hosmer takes a swipe at it. Difficult play, and Michael A. Taylor lives to battle another pitch.
Good effort by Hosmer. He went a long way for that. Got himself a strawberry at the end as he slides on the track. Missed it by that much. Hit the deck because he thought the fence was close. Fans are happy about the non-catch, and Michael A. lives to see another pitch. I think he called fastball away. He shook it off. He called fastball in, then he stepped off. Pretty sure I know what sign they're using.
So Taylor about to see pitch number 7. Lays off, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch. Taylor hits one deep to center. Jankowski back. It's off the wall. Game over. Soto scores. Taylor delivers. And the Nats walk off the Padres and win a series.
Turn around, Michael A. They're coming to get you. That was such a look of relief by the Nats center fielder. He just stood at second base and looked out at center field. He knew it was coming behind him. But what a clutch hit, and what a night for Michael A. Taylor. The reason the Nats won the game was because of his throw, and the reason the Nats won the game was because of his hit. Unbelievable night for Michael A. Taylor. I saw the sign. I knew an off-speed pitch was coming, and I was kind of shocked. He caught it out front. And it was just a matter, is this stay in the park, and is Jankowski going to make an incredible play? And the answer was it did stay in the park. He did make the play, and the Nats win their second in a row on a walk-off double by Michael A. Taylor. Sigh of relief. He just looked out to center field. The cavalry is coming behind him, and they mobbed him at second base. That was awesome.
Nationals win it 2-1, and now they've won 2 in a row after that rough weekend. Told you that a lot of walk-off rallies start with a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 9th. That's what the Padres did when Soto got the walk. Here's Michael A. with Dan.
Bob, thank you very much. Michael, you step in there in the bottom of the 9th with the winning run in scoring position. What are you telling yourself when you step into the box?
Just try to relax, not overthink it. Stay within my plan, not do too much. The usual.
The staple, the Michael A. Taylor approach. This has been a bit of a rough stretch for you offensively the last couple of weeks. How have you tried to stay positive and approach each at-bat to set yourself up to have success?
Just thanks for the warning, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're not getting any help from me. What have you been telling yourself in this stretch?
Just working a lot in the cage. K-Long and Joe Dillon have been helping me a lot, just trying to get back to where I want to be. Try not to get caught up in the numbers, just go up there and feel good every at-bat, and try to put together a good at-bat.
The only reason this game was tied in the 9th inning was because your throw and Pedro Severino's tag in the 6th there to cut down that run at the plate. How did you throw that guy out? The play was so deep in center field. How did you approach that play?
I was just trying to get it close, and Sevy made a great play, a great tag, and we were lucky to get him.
Michael, congratulations.
Thank you.
Bob, back upstairs to you.
Well, Michael A. Taylor has been struggling for a while, but maybe he comes alive and stays alive in this series. A triple, a single, an RBI last night, a game-winning double tonight, and the Nats have their second walk-off win. 2-1 over San Diego and going for the sweep tomorrow. For FP and Dan, Bob Carpenter. Join us as coverage begins tomorrow at 3:30. This has been a presentation of Aston. 2:54 to play it. 25,700 saw it. Johnny and Ray next with a great story to tell. And from the booth, well done, Michael A. See you later.